Okay, guys, going on with slope fields here. Remember that when we have a derivative is the same thing as the slope at a certain point. So when we have these particular solutions, or when we have a general solution, we can come up with what's called a slope field, which would be all of the derivatives, all of the slopes given a particular solution. And they're kind of cool looking. So just remember here when you get these that y prime or dy dx, that's just a slope. That's just a slope. All right, so I already kind of got started here, but I got started funky. So on this one, you know that y prime is equal to x minus y. And so what we want to do is we want to figure out what would the slope field for this look like. Well, y prime, that's just a derivative, so we're going to plug in here. It's x minus y, so negative 1 minus 1, that would be negative 2. So at that ordered pair, negative 1, 1, you'd have a slope of negative 2. Let's look at the ordered pair 0, 1. If we look at that ordered pair, y prime here, it's x minus y again, so 0 minus 1, that would be negative 1, so we should have a slightly less slope there. And then if we look at this last one, this last ordered pair, which is 1, 1, y prime is equal to 1 minus 1, which should be 0. So at that ordered pair, we should have a horizontal slope, and we do. So last thing they'll ask you to do, and these do pop up on AP tests quite frequently, is to match a slope field with a differential equation. So all you do is you go through and you, just like we did up above, we pick ordered pairs, we figure out what their derivative would be, and we try to match it as best as we can. So let's take a look at this point right here. That would be the ordered pair 1, 0. So I want to see if I can match this up. So on this one, I don't know if this is right or not, but y prime should be equal to x plus y. So that would be 1 plus 0, which would be 1. So we should have a slope of 1 right there, and it looks like we do. If we go over to B here, if you notice, B also kind of has an up and to the right slope at that point, but C does not. C has a horizontal line right there. So we can rule out this little I pairing with C, but it might pair with A and B. So let's look at some more ordered pairs here. Let's look at this one right here, 1, 1, the ordered pair 1, 1. So that would be y prime is equal to 1 plus 1, which is 2. So we should have a slightly more steep slope right there. And if you look at this, they kind of look the same. It's a little hard to tell, but they kind of look the same. If you look at B, this looks more like a 1 slope. This looks more like a 2 slope. So I'm guessing that 1 or I and B go together. But let's just do one more just to be 100% sure. Let's last look at this ordered pair right here, negative 1, 1. Negative 1, 1. So y prime, if we use this one, would be x plus y, so negative 1 plus 1, which would be 0. If you look right here, we don't have a slope of 0 right there, so that one can't be it. We do have a slope of 0 there. So B goes with I. All right. And then we can use this to help us here. We need to see, well, where do we have a slope of 0 at the ordered pair negative 1? And if you look, excuse me, let's just keep on going. I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's look at this next one. If y prime is equal to x, well, let's try the ordered pair 1, 0 here. And again, you've got y is equal to x, so the slope would just be 1 there, so up and to the right, so that might be a candidate. This is not a candidate because it's got a horizontal slope right there. So it looks like 2 goes with A, and then by default, 3 goes with C. Oh wait, that's not right. So your sub will have your homework assignment for these. And if you need help with anything, just text me on Remind. Thanks, guys.